Alright everyone, we have another trophy leaderboard here, basically a little bit over halfway the 2024-25 season, and we have the Vezina Trophy today, the best goalies in the NHL. So, as you guys may have been following, but if this is your first time looking at these award leaderboards, first off, we've done the Calder and the Norris Trophy, so I would suggest you guys go check those ones out as well. But how this works with this Vezina Trophy leaderboard is that basically, the Vezina is really only the top 5 goalies, I would say. The top 5, maybe 6 goalies, those are the ones that are really in contention for the trophy. The rest are kind of just there for shout-outs. So this is basically a top 10 goalie list. But regardless, starting off here with number 10, we have Mackenzie Blackwood of the Colorado Avalanche / the San Jose Sharks. Let me ask you guys a question. When was the last time a goalie was traded mid-season and won the Vezina Trophy? Blackwood this season, 14-11-4 with a 2.51 goals against average and a .920 save percentage. Blackwood has been incredible with the Colorado Avalanche this season. He has been awesome with the San Jose Sharks as well. He is a goaltender who was, put in a not-so-ideal situation at the start of the season, has looked very good, was traded to Colorado, got a good amount back, and he has looked awesome over there ever since. It has been an incredible fit for him with the Avalanche. They have finally found a legitimate goalie. You guys know that I was not buying into the Alex Georgiev. I was not buying into it. And they have finally brought in somebody new who I think really works out for this Avalanche team 100%. Next up then at number 9 is the New Jersey Devils brand new goaltender Jacob Markstrom, who has a 21-8-3 record with a 2.19 and a .911 save percentage. He has looked great this year for the Devils. There have been some games where he's looked really, really good. There have also been some games where I'm like, I don't know. And I'm going to be honest, maybe he's too low. Maybe he's too low on this list, but I'm going to be honest. There are a lot of goalies who are going to get left off this list, and there are a lot of goalies who are going to be too high and too low that people are going to complain about. And to be honest with you, I tried to include everybody that I thought was capable enough to win the Vezina Trophy. I think I missed a couple for sure, but again, I spent about 20, maybe 30 minutes kind of just swapping names around. That's more or less what I did. So, yeah, again, this could go either way. But going back to Markstrom, he has been a terrific goalie for the Devils this year, has kept him in a lot of games, but I don't think he is the most valuable to his specific team as maybe other goalies are in the NHL. I hope that makes sense. Number 8, Jake Ottinger of the Dallas Stars. Ottinger this season has a 21-9-1 record with a 2.35 goals against average and a .910 save percentage. Ottinger has looked very, very good with his team. Again, last year was a little bit of an year for him. Even at points this year, it's been a little bit meh for him as well. But I think Ottinger has looked like a really good goalie for the Stars this year. I feel like he's kind of found his way with the team. And that's a big metric positive for sure when you're looking in terms of, you want your goalie to improve. And Ottinger has gotten better over these last couple of years. And especially down the stretch for the Stars, has looked terrific. Number 7 is going to be a big shocker from the Utah Hockey Club, Karel Vejmelka. Vejmelka this year, 10-11-3 with a 2.38 and a .916. The thing is, Vejmelka has come in and has looked unbelievable for the Utah Hockey Club. His goals saved above expected is off the charts. It is unbelievably good. It is top 5, I'm pretty sure, amongst all goalies in the NHL. The only reason why he's that low is because I think if Utah misses the playoffs, he's most likely not going to even come close in Vezina voting. He will get votes, maybe for a second or third place or fourth or fifth place, but he's most likely not going to win the trophy. So that's why he's a little bit lower on this list than he would be otherwise if Utah was very good, similar to who was at number 6. And number 6 is a player who I think people are going to be really angry about the fact that he's actually low. They might be mad that he's so low. Lucas Dostal. Dostal this year has a 11-12-3 record with a 2.89 and a .910. Now, if we're talking in terms of just pure value to a team, Dostal might be top two. He might be top two with somebody else who is number one right now. But yes, Dostal has looked insanely valuable, insanely good for the Anaheim Ducks. The problem is similar to Utah. Like, if Anaheim doesn't make the playoffs, I don't really think Dostal is going to be considered for a Vezina role. When's the last time a goalie has won the Vezina and his team didn't make the playoffs? I don't really know if I can really tell you the last time. So it's very rare seeing things like that happen. I'm trying to think in my head, like, when is the last time that really happened? And I can't come up with anything. So, yeah, again, like, he could very well win it. If the Anaheim somehow slips into the playoffs, which they're not that far away if we're being completely blunt, but when you look in terms of that, like, I just don't think he's going to win the Vezina with that. And it's really unfortunate. It's unfortunate the way the writers look at it, but you kind of got to factor that in as well. Like, we have seen over the last couple of years how the writers and people will view certain goalies if they don't make the playoffs and this and that. And it's unfortunate, but at the same time, I do unfortunately get it. At number 5, this might be a controversial one. I have a goalie who has played substantially less games than everybody on this list, but I'm going to be honest. If he didn't get hurt, I think he would still be in the same spot. Anthony Stolarz of the Toronto Maple Leafs. I cannot believe I'm saying this. You guys may have seen the clip of Jack on the podcast talking about Anthony Stolarz being a top 5 goalie last season. If not, I'll just put the clip right here. Jack, what is your top 5 for the Vezina?
All right. Well, coming in at number 5, I got Anthony Stolarz of the Florida Panthers. Actually having a very underrated season. Am I looking at the right stats?
Do you mean
no? He's had a good season, Jack. Don't get me wrong. There is no way this guy has played enough games to be Vezina caliber.
Do you mean Bobrovsky?
No, I have Bobrovsky at number 3.
Jack, what are we doing?
Yeah, it was something that was very controversial at the time, but honestly, at this point, like, it doesn't look like that bad of a take. Stolarz this season, 9-5-2, a 2.15 goals against average, and a .977 save percentage. He has looked great for or .927 save percentage, not .977. He has looked terrific for the Toronto Maple Leafs, has been like a goalie who has worked out really well as a tandem guy. And just because he's played so many less games than everybody else on this list, I don't think that should warrant him being lower or not being on the list. He's a very good goaltender, very good goalie. He has really rejuvenated his career. Flyers legend, Ducks legend. He's been around a lot of teams, and he's really fixed himself and recuperated himself, with this. And I think also winning a Stanley Cup last year with Florida really definitely did help for sure. But yeah, Anthony Stolarz at number 5. Number 4, this goalie's played a little bit less games than everybody else too, but I think because he has been the sole reason why his team is even in a wild card race right now, Linus Ullmark of the Ottawa Senators. Ullmark this season, 12-7-2, a 2.38 and a .915. I'm going to be honest, Jeremy Swayman is not on this list. Not a great look for Boston. Maybe an unnecessary jab. Sorry about that, Bruins fans. But yeah, it is not a good look for the Bruins for sure. But going back to Ullmark, I have loved how he's played. He has looked lights out for the Senators in that one run they went on in December. In that little, 2-week run they went on. I'm pretty sure Ullmark only allowed 3 goals in the stretch of, I think, 6 or 7 games. Guy's insane. Guy is really, really good. He has looked phenomenal for the Ottawa Senators, has been exactly what they've needed, and I love to see it. I simply love to see how he has performed with the Senators, and I hope that continues, because honestly, I think if it does continue, he may get consideration for yet again another trophy. He won the Vezina Trophy back in 2023, by the way. So he is somebody who has won the thing before, and he could very well win it again. Number 3, getting into the top 3 now, we have 3 very good goalies this season. At number 3, I have Philip Gustafsson of the Minnesota Wild. Gustafsson this season, 18-8-3 with a 2.50 goals against average and a .917 save percentage. With the Wild looking great. Gustafsson has looked great as well. Again, he's had his off games, but as a team as a whole, he has also looked incredible as well. He was someone who we were actually thinking about, like, maybe the Wild would trade him. Maybe that was the thought. Because you see a guy like Jesper Wallstedt right now performing like crazy in the NHL, just sitting down, just sitting down, waiting for his time with the Wild when Fleury retires. I had to do that. But anyways, he's just sitting there waiting for his call up in the NHL. He's played games, but he hasn't really gotten a legitimate shot just because Fleury's up there. And we thought that Gustafsson was going to be the one that gets dealt maybe at one point last offseason, and thank God they didn't do that because he has looked great for the Minnesota Wild, has been a pretty sizable part in why their team has been so good this year and has been such a big bounce back. I'm looking forward to seeing what this team can do in the playoffs, and I think Gustafsson should get a lot of credit. Now at number 2 is somebody who is very similar to Gustafsson in a sense that we didn't see this really coming. Logan Thompson of the Washington Capitals, I have at number 2 on my list. He has been hands down phenomenal. 18-2-3 with a 2.32 goals against average and a .919 save percentage, especially down the stretch. Like recently in this December, January stretch he's been on, he has looked insanely good. Like I cannot say enough words for how good he has looked with the Capitals. Just remarkable saves back and forth. Boom, boom. Like he is remarkable, and he has been probably one of the best offseason goalie acquisitions or best offseason acquisitions we've seen in recent years. He and a lot of other Capitals on this team, I shouldn't give all the credit to Thompson because the Capitals as a whole have been really good, but he has been a massive part in why this Capitals team went from, they're like, they're going towards a rebuild to a solid franchise for, I would say, the next 3 to 5 years, maybe longer. It has been incredible what he has done for the Golden Knights, the Washington Capitals for sure. And I'm still getting stuck with the transition there with some of these players, as you can probably tell. And number 1, with the Winnipeg Jets, it should not surprise anybody. It's Connor Hellebuyck. I think he is by far the best goalie in the NHL. He has a 26-6-2 with a 2.02 and a .928. The best goals against average, the best save percentage. He is by far the best. And he has been carrying the Winnipeg Jets. It's not even close. He has been carrying them. Yes, there are players in the Jets who are playing really well offensively, but without Hellebuyck, that team's not first in the NHL. That team is not first in the Central Division. It just doesn't happen, simply being put. And I'm looking forward to seeing what the playoffs bring because, again, the playoffs have been where there's been a lot of controversy there with Connor Hellebuyck. But I think he is, all in all, a terrific goaltender. He has been phenomenal. He will win his second Vezina Trophy in a row. That is my honest prediction right here, and that is my Vezina Trophy leaderboard. I know that I missed a couple really good goalies, like Andrei Vasilevsky, Adin Hill, a few other guys. I know. I could have made 15 different lists of this same ranking, and I could have missed out on a couple of players. I'm looking back at it now. I probably should have had Adin Hill in place of maybe Markstrom or Blackwood. I totally understand that from someone else's perspective. And I do apologize to Golden Knights fans for that. But regardless, let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you guys very much for watching. What goalies did I have too high? What goalies did I have too low? What goalies did I not even have in here? Let me know your thoughts down below. And give a like if you liked the video. Please subscribe down below if you really liked the video. I would appreciate that as well. Subscribe to the podcast as well. I don't think I really promoted that enough about how we've made the transition over from this YouTube channel to the podcast's own channel. But regardless, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.